friends, Kelly here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to walk you through how I created a collection of stamps for a long-term project. I am getting ready to start documenting our fall, and so that's going to be the month of October and November. Now, rather than having a giant stack of stamp sets on my desk, I decided to go through all of my stamp sets and pull out all the sentiments and icons that I wanted to use in this project or have access to quickly. So I'm going to walk you through how I put this together and show you the steps, the supplies, and show you a bit of the process. So let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is go through all your stamp sets. You're going to want to look for any sentiments or icons, anything that jumps out at you as something that you know you'll want to be able to grab for the project you're working on. Once you have all of your stamp sets compiled, then you're going to need some more supplies. For this project, I used a piece of transparency, Stays On ink, stamp block, of course. I also grabbed some felt, a couple of rolls of washi tape, a piece of white typing paper, and a black pen. Once you have your supplies gathered, you might want to go through and pull all the stamps out of your stamp sets. This way you can see exactly how many you're going to be working with and get a better idea of the size of the transparency that you're going to need to work with. For my collection, I needed a half page. Next step was to fold that transparency piece in half. Once I had it in half, I wanted to create myself a little guide. So I took the piece of white paper and I just went ahead and made some lines. This is going to help me create a margin for the top and the sides and even the bottom. You don't want to have these stamps too close to the top, the fold. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues when you try to close it. Next, I went ahead and I put the piece of felt underneath the surface I was going to be stamping onto, and then I laid the white piece of paper over that. I just went ahead and adhered everything down to my workspace with some washi, including adhering the transparency piece onto that white piece of paper. That way everything is secure and nothing's going to be moving around when I start stamping. Next, I got to stamping. So I'm going to walk you through a little bit more of the trial and error that I had and kind of let you see how the process unfolds. I did have some issues with getting a nice crisp image, which for the purpose of this project wasn't that big of a deal. I did go back and I tried to clean up a few and I was fine with it in the end. All I'm really looking for is a place for my stamps to live while I'm working on this project. Midway through, I realized that I might be stamping my images a little too close together. So I pulled all the stamps and I kind of placed them on the transparency so that I would be able to see exactly how much space I needed. Next time I do this project, I think what I'll do first is stamp everything down onto a piece of paper. And I'm going to do that by lining them all up, putting them all out just like you're seeing me do in this video, and then I'm going to stamp them onto that piece of paper. And that way I can maybe even put that piece of paper underneath the transparency and give myself a map to work from. I think this is a technique that will evolve over time. Every time I do it, I'm sure I'll come up with another little tip on how I can make it a little bit easier for myself. Once I had all of the images stamped onto the transparency, it was time to pull the paper off and then transfer all the stamps into their new homes. Now I have this very easy one little spot for all of these stamps to go in addition with some of my fall stamp sets that I'll probably use all of the stamps on them. And I only have to have a few stamp sets in this kit versus having all these extra stamp sets or running back and forth to my collection to try to find that one stamp set or that one particular sentiment that I know I have. I think this is going to make the project of documenting fall much more manageable, and I think I might even have to do this for December Daily and Week in the Life and all the other projects that I have partially started and of course not completed. I hope this is something that you have found some value to, and give it a try the next time you're working on a long-term project. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below and I will make sure to answer them best I can. Or if you have a tip that maybe I hadn't thought of, please feel free to share that. I would love to know. Thanks for watching, friends. If you liked this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And finally, don't forget to hit the little bell so you're getting notifications when new videos are posted. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you next time.